You are suddenly the center of the universe, the most amazing and thrilling and fascinating being. And so it's very flattering, and it's very difficult to resist. So many a woman would fall for a narcissist, but very few would remain with a narcissist after a certain, and those who remain have a highly specific psychological profile. Those who tolerate the abuse and even welcome it, those who settle in and adapt themselves to the narcissist, his specific needs and requirements, those women have a highly specific psychological profile. Before we continue, I want to make clear that 75% of all diagnosed narcissists are male, but 25% of all diagnosed narcissists are female. So we do have women narcissists, female narcissists. It's not an exclusive preserve of men. But throughout this conversation, I would tend to use the male pronoun because most narcissists are men, and definitely most abusers are men. Right. Physical abusers and so on. There is a weeding out process. There's a filtering process. All women would be delighted on a first or second date with a narcissist, and the vast majority of women would give up on a narcissist or a psychopath by the fifth date, because the emanations are there. The feeling that something is not right, that something doesn't click, that there is something wrong, yes. That this person is wrongly put together. The feeling of fakeness, the feeling that it's a forged facsimile of a human being, but not really a human being. And there was a robotics expert in Japan. His field was robotics, so he's an expert on robots. And he invented the concept of Uncanny Valley. He said that as robots become more and more similar to humans, they are likely to provoke feelings of unease and discomfort in their environment, because everyone knows they're robots, and yet they are so human. Right. And this discrepancy between human-like robots and the underlying steel and aluminum, this discrepancy is what he called the Uncanny Valley. And so narcissists and psychopaths provoke the same ill-at-ease discomfiture in people. When you meet a psychopath or a narcissist, there's a dialogue. You keep having an internal dialogue which says, this guy looks so charming, so intelligent, so amazing. What's wrong with him? Why do I feel that something's wrong with him? And you can't put your finger on it, but you know that something's wrong with this guy, So healthy, psychologically and mentally healthy women would usually disengage after a while. But there is a minority, and it's not insubstantial minority, of women who would actually latch on to the narcissist. And these women are usually codependents. Some of them are narcissists themselves, something called covert narcissism or inverted narcissism. And so the psychological profile of this type of intimate partner of a narcissist is also pathologic, in effect, long-term partner.
Can you describe any more of what their pathology is, the long-term partner?
Yeah, well, to be a long-term, to serve as, and I'm using the word serve judiciously, Yes. To serve as the long-term partner of a narcissist, you must have a very deficient or distorted grasp of yourself and of reality. You must have what we call in psychology cognitive distortion, which consists of belittling and demeaning yourself while aggrandizing and adoring the narcissist. Partner is placing herself, as the long-term partner, mind you,
yes,
placing herself essentially in the position of an eternal victim. She is undeserving. She's punishable. She's a scapegoat. And it's this kind of person, it's very important for her to appear moral, sacrificial, victimized. Many of these women are not even aware of these predicaments. They perceive the narcissist as someone deserving of their sacrifice because he is superior in so many ways, intellectually, emotionally, morally, professionally, financially. But they are professional victims. And then we have another type of long-term partner, the kind of partner which maintains a symbiotic relationship with the narcissist. She's totally dependent on the narcissist, sometimes as a source of supply, narcissistic or masochistic supply, mere attention. So this kind of partner is a codependent. She suffers from severe abandonment anxiety. She has very dysfunctional attachment and bonding styles. She's clinging. She's needy. And in the narcissist, she finds this partner that can keep her on her toes, if you wish. That can, because this kind of partner is also a drama queen. She's adrenaline junkie. She's addicted to the ups and downs. She loves these, and whenever she is with a normal person, a non-narcissist, she would find this kind of partner boring, black and white. The narcissist is the technicolor eruption in her life. It gives her life color and meaning. It's a dance macabre. It's a tango of two. One last thing that is important to understand, that it is not true, that the common myth that no one survives the narcissist. It's not true. There are many narcissists have very stable relationships with their intimate partners. Only it's a match of pathologies. Mm-hmm. It's simply one pathology meets another, and then they bond. And the bond is very strong and very meaningful to both parties and survives for decades. But it's still a pathological bond, a dysfunctional bond. So many narcissists are stable in their marriage, and it's not true that all narcissists end up being divorced and abandoned. It's a myth.
They find a good fit.
Yeah, they find the lid, exactly.
To me, it seems that some of the traits of the psychopath are similar to the traits of someone who's really good at picking up women, who's a player, has all that charming, no empathy type of personality. Am I off base and naive on that?
No, I wouldn't say that you're off base and naive. I would make two pertinent observations. One, the dating scene, the adult dating scene, let's say 40s and 50s, 40 and 50-year-olds dating scene, is a negative filter. It is not representative of the whole population. This is a self-selecting group. This is a group of people who have failed in their relationship. They are divorced. They've never been married. The people on the dating scene are not a representative sample. Most of the people on the dating scene, from my experience, and we're talking 17 years experience of interviewing these people. I have a database of close to 120,000 cases and so on. Most of these people suffer from one form of dysfunction or another. They are not necessarily mentally ill, they are not necessarily personality disordered, but they are dysfunctional one way or another. And it is this dysfunction exactly that brought them into the dating scene. So, yes, it's an easy hunting ground for the narcissist and the psychopath, the dating scene. And you find an unusual concentration of narcissists and psychopaths among those who date, both as pickup artists and as the willing victims or the willing prey. This is not the case in the general population, or, for example, in one's 20s. Or early 30s, when most of the stable long-term relationships are formed, and getting to meet partners and potentially intimate partners in settings like university, college, right. And so I call it the non-dating scene, the general population. In the general population, narcissists and psychopaths would have very little success, and they very fast acquire very bad reputation. And so, if you are a 20-year-old narcissist and you study in a college, and you're beginning to date girls, you're going to suck. It's not going to work. The first girl you date will spread the word that you are a weirdo, Right. You're not case, you're wacko. And that'll be the end of that, and so on. So there's a lot of peer control and social control of fitness and compatibility in dating in these settings because they are reputation-based. They are not essentially anonymous. They're reputation-based. However, when one gets into one's 40s and 50s and is twice divorced and roams singles bars and strip clubs and I know what, or computer online dating websites and what have you, these are all negative filters. The population which frequents these joints and or is on online dating sites is not a representative sample. It's a highly unique subculture and subgroup. And among these people, as I said, mental health dysfunctions are very common, and they are all very easy prey. And then you're right. Narcissists and psychopaths would have an inordinate success among this group.
Right, and their reputation isn't as easily shared.
Listen, on online dating sites, you can't believe a word.
Sure. Totally.
It's anything like between 90 and 100% fake. I mean, there's no reputation there. And when you go to a singles bar and you pick up a one-night stand, it's also not reputation-based. It's muscle-based or whatever. So, for instance, there is a subtype of narcissist called the somatic narcissist. It's a narcissist who leverages his body, his musculature, his sex appeal, his charm, and so on and so forth, in order to perpetrate a series of sexual conquests. This kind of narcissist, the somatic narcissist, derives his narcissistic supply, derives the attention and adulation via his sexual conquests and his musculature and his, bodybuilding and so forth.